Hi, my name is Deepshika Banerjee. I'm here in St. Louis, Missouri, and today we will be going into the fourth module of the micro course Introduction to Neuroscience, Neuroanatomy. A few things we're going to be covering in this module include exploring the major regions of the brain, understanding and learning the functions of each cerebral lobe and the role of the cerebellum and brainstem, discovering the limbic system and its functions, and recognizing that brain regions work together as integrated networks. So, a few major brain structures to start off include the cerebrum that works in higher thinking, perception, and voluntary movement, the cerebellum that helps in coordination, balance, and motor learning, the brainstem that helps in automatic life-sustaining functions, and the diencephalon that includes the thalamus and the hypothalamus. It should be noted that each region contains specialized but interconnected structures that work together to help a human body function. Now, the most overarching part of the human brain is the cerebral cortex. The cerebral cortex is the brain's outer layer of gray matter. It is divided into two cerebral hemispheres. Each hemisphere has four major lobes. Different lobes perform specialized tasks, and the most complex of behaviors involve using and working multiple lobes at the same time. The first major lobe to look at is the frontal lobe. The frontal lobe controls voluntary movement, supports planning and decision making, is involved in attention and problem solving, and regulates personality and social behavior. The frontal lobe also contains the Broca's area, that's important for speech production and usually on the left hemisphere of the brain. Now, one can see that patients who have damaged Broca's areas usually experience broken speech. So that means they're having trouble forming their words beyond just a normal stutter. And so the B from broken and B from Broca are associated together to remember those two things better. Next, we have the parietal and occipital lobes. The parietal lobe processes touch, pressure, pain, temperature, and body position. It integrates sensory information from different bodily regions and supports spatial awareness and navigation. The occipital lobe is the primary center for visual processing. It interprets color, shape, motion, and visual patterns alike. Fourthly, we have the temporal lobes. The temporal lobes helps in the processing of hearing and auditory information. It supports language comprehension through the Wernicke's area, usually also in the left hemisphere, plays a key role in memory formation, helps recognize faces and objects, and works closely with the limbic system. Now, it is seen that patients who present with damage to their Wernicke's area have warbled speech, and so the W from warbled and W from Wernicke's are essentially associated together to understand that the warbled speech is often a symptom of damage to the Wernicke's area. Next, we have the cerebellum and brainstem. We previously referenced those as key neural structures. Specifically speaking, to dig a little bit more into it, the cerebellum coordinates movement, posture, and balance, and supports motor learning and fine motor skills and control. The brainstem includes the midbrain, pons, and medulla, and regulates breathing, heart rate, blood pressure, and sleep-wake cycles. It connects the brain with the spinal cord as well. After this, we have the limbic system. Now, from the position of the limbic system in the diagram, we see that this area often overlaps with the area of the temporal lobe. As such, it makes sense that these two structures often work with tandem with each other. The limbic system, by definition, is simply a network of structures that work together and are involved in memory, emotion, and motivation creation, maintenance, and sustenance. It consists mainly of the hippocampus, which helps to form new long-term memories, the amygdala that processes emotions, especially fear and threat, and the hypothalamus that helps to maintain homeostasis and controls hormone release, therefore making it a part of the autonomic nervous system. The limbic structures interact with the cerebral cortex during decision-making as well. That's why our decisions can be as rationally led as they are emotionally led. Now, as has been referenced and indicated, there are different hemispheres of the brain as well. The brain has a left and right cerebral hemisphere. Hemispheres communicate through the corpus callosum. which is just a bundle of nerve endings at the intersection of both hemispheres. But some functions often show hemispheric specialization. Most functions, though, require communication across brain regions. Modern neuroscience also emphasizes the importance of this interconnected nature of brain networks over the prioritization of isolated regions. In summary, this module goes over a few things. First, the brain contains specialized regions with distinct functions. The cerebral cortex supports higher cognitive processes. The cerebellum coordinates movement and balance. The brainstem regulates essential life functions, and that the brain regions function together through interconnected neural networks.